Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? We are here. There's a spot on my shirt. Up, and Coco runs away. I had Coco all set up, and as soon as I start the live stream, she runs to the door and starts beating on it. I'm gonna let her out before we start, but I'm here. Hello. Hey, go black. Oop. We'll see what happens. If she wants to come back, maybe we'll let her in later. She was knocking on the door. I just finished an episode of Delicious in Dungeon, which I love. I've been watching that. I know everybody was saying watch Hell of a Boss, but I was realizing that that show is new and that I could catch up and watch it live. So I'm going to do that and then jump into Hell of a Boss. But let's get to the comments. Hello, everybody. Who's doing smelling salts while listening to the Blade movie into song? Who's doing smelling salts while listening to the Blade movie intro song? Intro song. I love that song. They were just playing this the other day. I was watching. Oh my God, Michael, are you talking about Joe Rogan? Because this is the weirdest reference. But I was watching Joe Rogan the other day and he had Tony Diaz, or Joey Diaz, Tony Diaz. He had Joey Diaz on, and they were literally inhaling the most potent smelling salts on the market and rocking out to the Blade intro song. So maybe somebody said it earlier. I don't see anything about Joe Rogan, but I literally, my sister walked by and I was like, remember this song? It was the Blade intro song, and they were inhaling large quantities of smelling salts. I actually went and purchased it. It's in my room right now. They were like, go buy this smelling salts. It is the craziest shit. It's like more like a novelty thing, I feel like, at this point. But they were like, go buy it. It's not even a lot of money. It was like 25 bucks with shipping. And I have it in my room. I haven't opened it yet, but they're like, wait to open it when you're going to use it like with friends or at a party or something, because it's the most potent when you open it for the first time. So I didn't want to do it by myself and ruin it because I only got one. So it's something I'm going to do. I saw that clip. Neil, I bought it. Hello, Neil, by the way. But Neil, I bought the stuff and I have it in my room. Speaking of which, Neil, what are you doing this weekend? Because my sister told me that Chris, our old bartender, is having a benefit at Salento, which is like a bar down the street. And I was going to invite you and Bobby. But now that you're here, Bobby hit me up recently and was like, yo, we should hang out. And I'm like, what better time than a benefit for Chris's mother? They're raising money because she's hospitalized. But anyway, let me know. Text me if you want to join. It's this Sunday around 2 o'clock. I'm going to go. Clever name I made. Michael, Neil, Amelia. I saw Leading Blind was here earlier. Star said they couldn't stay with us. Michael, obviously my moderator. I don't see the dude yet. I see Vero G. I think I said Amelia. Star is up there. Have fun tonight, guys. It was Colvin? Yeah, there's Colvin. I see all. I think that's all of us so far. I posted it around the same time. I guess there's just less comments than usual. I also feel like this is a really long episode, and the next episode is even longer. So we're going to have a little over 2 hours. I think we have 2 hours and 10 minutes for this from the break or wherever we stopped. We stopped at 1:45:42, which is like 20 minutes after the break, because if not, we would have had like a 3-hour live stream. We still might if we hit 50 likes. We're not even halfway. I already threw my 2 up, so I got my 2 likes up there. So like and subscribe. Hello, my brother Ray. Brother Ray is here. What are you doing? How are you doing, sir? Ray, if you haven't watched Delicious in Dungeon, there's this new show I started watching yesterday, and it's pretty cool. I reacted to it, so you can check it out. But it's quick, easy watches that fly by. It is basically Dungeons and Dragons in a dungeon with dragons. No, it's basically that. It's just Dungeons and Dragons with food. It's like Toriko with Dungeons and Dragons. But hello, everybody, including my brother. I guess we'll wait a minute or two, but it is a minute after 6, so technically we're right on time to start. I just feel like maybe we'll give people a minute or two. Maybe Ninja will pop in. I didn't see Ninja yet. I think I forget if Star said why they couldn't. Oop, I'm going to fall over. Why is this pulling me down? Oh, it caught that thing. I was gonna say, I'm like, why is this up? Whatever. I don't know why it's pulling me down. Either way, doop, doop. Avatar started yesterday. Anybody watch Avatar? I'm curious to see what all of you think. If you guys didn't notice, I posted the first episode of Avatar live action. I wasn't a fan. I see very mixed reviews. I see some people loving it like it is the greatest thing next to the animated show, and then I see people ripping it apart. I'm like in the middle. I liked a lot of it, but I also didn't like a lot of it. And the things I don't like about it are the most important things, I feel like. So if anything, I'm leaning more towards the not liking it side, but it was good enough where I'm going to continue it and hope it gets better. And people did say episode 1 and 2 are a little rougher because they're packing a lot in. People told me they told me around episode 3, it starts flowing much better. My biggest thing, Vera G, what is up, my friend? My biggest problem, and I told everybody this, is Aang. I think the actor playing Aang is the worst actor in the whole show. And I'm not saying he's the worst actor ever, but in the show, he's bad enough where it stands out. And he is the name of the show. So if you have the Avatar himself being the worst actor in the show, you stand out. Whenever he's talking to Katara or Sokka, and Sokka's the best. I think Sokka is the most perfectly casted and best acted in the show. And he was, he's a main focus, so he had a lot of lines and stuff. But I was like, Sokka's great. Katara's great. I thought Zuko was a little rough. Iroh was great. I don't know. Zuko and Aang were probably my least favorite, and they're the focus, which is a problem. I was annoyed by some of the changes, but loved some of the others. Some were just stupid. Younger actors kind of suck. That's probably exactly how I'd put it, Clever. The same way. I was okay with some things, not okay with others, and the younger actors sucked. So that is pretty much where I'm at. And the younger actor, obviously, is Aang. And I said it during my reaction. I don't mean to be mean, but I'm here to critique and give my opinion. And to me, it is hands down, clearly obvious he is not on par. And I've watched other people's reviews and stuff, and a lot of them said the same thing. A lot of them were like, yeah, Aang's a little rough. He's not the worst, but he's a little rough. He looks good, but he just doesn't fit well. But either way, that's my little input on the new Avatar live action. I'll probably watch episode 2 and 3 this weekend. I'm not in a rush at this point, is what I'm saying. Originally, I'm like, if I love this show, I'm going to binge it in a day or two. I'm going to probably do that with Delicious in Dungeon. Because I only have 6 episodes left, and combined, they're 3 hours or less. I think it's a little less than 3 hours for all 6 episodes left. Whereas Avatar, I've got 7 hours left. Anywho, how far have you watched? In Avatar, I haven't even watched episode 2. I've only watched episode 1 of Avatar, and I'm on episode 3 of Delicious in Dungeon. But like I said, I could almost guarantee you, I'm loving Delicious in Dungeon so much that I can almost guarantee you I'll be done by this Thursday. Is episode 9 drops this Thursday, because it's one of the few shows on Netflix that's dropping weekly. So by episode 9 drop on Thursday, I will probably be caught up and watch that live and then start throwing them up on YouTube weekly. So if you're interested in that, be ready, because I'm loving it and it's coming out. Ghostbusters Afterlife had kid actors and they were great. They had a good flow. I would agree, Michael. My comparison, the dude would love this. I don't think the dude's here yet, but the dude would love my comparison. During my reaction, I kept comparing it to Percy Jackson, because Percy Jackson just ended a couple weeks ago. 9 out of 10 were young teenage actors, if not younger, and all of them were phenomenal. There was not one young actor in Percy that I didn't believe. They were actually better than I expected or would have thought. Like, they were all like solid child actors. So to say, like, I'm not saying anybody here said it, but I've heard some people say, well, he's a kid. What do you expect? I expect a kid getting paid millions of dollars to be a good actor. Like I'm sure that kid got paid a good amount of money. I don't know what they got paid, but I'm betting you that he got close to $1 million, if not more. So if you get that kind of money, I'm sorry, but I'm going to criticize you because I don't have $1 million. And if you're allowed to get $1 million, you better be friggin' awesome and perfect at your job. iCarly had some great kids. Ray, today I've never seen iCarly, but I saw on Bobby Lee's podcast, Tiger Belly, today, he had Esther on. I think the name was Esther. And she's pregnant and doing a movie with Bobby Lee. And they were like all these super iCarly fans there saying that she was one of the main characters on iCarly. And she was on live today on Bobby Lee. It's Tiger Belly, but it's Bobby Lee's show. And they have a movie coming out, I think, this Friday. That's what they were promoting. So that's all I know about iCarly, but it was today. Daniel O'Day, still better than the M. Night Avatar, right? Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. I was going to say I've only seen one episode, but that one episode was far better than M. Night Shyamalan. And I love M. Night Shyamalan. There is many movies by that gentleman that I adore. I love Unbreakable. I like the others too, but I love Unbreakable. A Sixth Sense is great. But I would say of M. Night Shyamalan movies, Unbreakable might be my favorite. I'm also biased because I love Bruce Willis since I was like a little kid. So Bruce Willis being a superhero is like the greatest thing ever to me. I love Tiger Belly, says Neil. Yes, Tiger Belly is one of my favorite podcasts to watch. Tiger Belly it's ridiculous because Bobby Lee is so unfiltered and ridiculous. You never know what to expect, and it's his show, so he does whatever he wants. I definitely, that's one of my top 5 go-tos. If I'm like looking for some long hour or two thing to watch where it's like background and I'm kind of doing stuff, I'll throw on Tiger Belly. Hello, the dude. Dude, were you here for my complimentary rant about Percy Jackson having the greatest child actors as opposed to Avatar? Because it's true. Esther, her real name, Ray, her name in real life, I think, was Esther. But there was a dude on as a guest, and he was freaking out because he's like, oh my God, I'm such an iCarly fan. And like, they were actually like, we're uncomfortable with how much of a fan you are because you're saying things that normal people or even avid fans probably wouldn't know. Like, he was quoting exact lines of hers that were from like 20 years ago or however old iCarly is, I guess. But they were like, dude, you're freaking us out. You're kind of making us uncomfortable. Like, you're borderline stalker status with what the things you're saying. But they were half joking, I'm sure. I do Rogan depending on the guy, the guest, but I get enough from YouTube clips. I used to watch full episodes of Rogan, but now I just watch the clips. Usually they clip out the best parts of Rogan. Today on Rogan was one of the biggest gamblers in the world, and I had to watch it because I just love hearing stories of guys that gamble. And his best story was he won $5 million betting on the New Orleans Saints in the Super Bowl they won. And I was like, that's awesome, because I remember it very well being a New Orleans Saints fan. I have my own issues with PJ. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Percy Jackson. I have my own issues with Percy Jackson. I'm glad you enjoyed it thoroughly. Percy Jackson was a surprise. I didn't think I'd dislike it, but I liked Percy Jackson. Like, I was like excited every week for that show. So that was a definite plus. Also, I saw you text me about Sunday. Let me know if Kobe can join you. I'm going to hit Bobby up after this. I still haven't hit him up. I haven't talked to Bobby in like a year. And he randomly hit me up, had a brand new phone number. He's like, hey, new phone number. It's Bobby. Let me know if you want to grab a drink. And I was like, beautiful, because I knew this was coming. Esther. There you go, right. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but Neil gave you the name. It's Esther Pravagadababa. But anyway, we're already into 6:10. Jay has ranted enough. I gave people enough time. We're going to jump in. So everybody set your clocks. Get ready. We're going to do it in 3 seconds once I give you the count. Did Ninja come in yet? Once Ninja's here, we'll hit the radiators. I smoked the whole show. Bidet, everybody. I haven't seen that, but I started watching some Dimension 20. Dimension 20 is good as well. Split was so unique, and a lot of that movie is held by the strength of James McAvoy. I would agree. Split, and then Glass, which Split was first, and then Glass. Yeah, we went to the movie theater. Me, my sister, a couple of our friends went and saw Split in the movie theater, and that was when no one had any clue that it was a continuation from Unbreakable. And when they showed Bruce Willis at the end, I was like, oh my God, you could hear the music. And if you knew Unbreakable, which I was a massive fan, you immediately knew they were tying them together. And I'm like, oh my God. And it was so loosely connected at the end that I had to see part 3. But anyway, here we go. Everybody, get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And I muted it. Oh yes, we last ended on the trees. I am the Lorax. I speak to the trees. Isn't that what he said? Something like that? We have determined it might be 50 years since the crash landing in this vicinity. James McAvoy really impressed me in Split. Yeah, James McAvoy was great. Phenomenal. His ability to be 57 different people. How many people was he? He was a lot of people. I feel like it was upwards of like 15 or 20 people. It was a lot. It was a good 2 handfuls of people. Little Esther. Is that the same? I'm guessing that's the iCarly girl. She had a big old belly, and they said she was about to pop. She was pregnant. Let's talk to every tree. Every tree, we need to speak to them all. I'm going to move the mic over this way a little because I notice every time I lean to do the comments, it's cutting out a little because it's over here. So I'm going to put it here. I also got this. I didn't open it yet, but this is going to be my new journal for all my YouTube Patreon endeavors. I'm going to keep a nice little journal to keep track of episodes and things and stuff. I got it for Christmas. I don't know if it was from Santa or not, but Jesse probably bought it. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, and a little update. Emerald City Comic-Con in March 4th. Critical Role will be doing a panel of Q&A. Where is that? Emerald City Comic-Con. Where is that, my friend? Pretty intense look. I saw some of Little Esther's stand-up randomly on YouTube and love her deadpan sarcasm. She was great, honestly. I never seen her before, I'll be honest. I'd never seen her before, never heard of her before. She did a 2-hour podcast today with Tiger Belly. She was great. You could see she's like lived that life because they were like improv and stuff. They were like, yo, help us with this ad, and just threw her into an advertisement. And she was like, boom, like you would have thought she practiced it 100 times. She was quite hilarious. And she is the star of this new movie coming out Friday. I don't know what the heck it was called. So they apparently didn't promote it very well because I watched the whole 2-hour show. It was called something like June is Robbing Something. Something about thievery. And I think her name was June. And Bobby Lee's in it. And she's the main star. I also dig, I mean, I'm assuming it was just cuz, but why did the tree sound like Pumat Sol or Caduceus? I guess it's just that's how trees sound, but it was very similar to a furball. We got to talk to this tree. We got to talk to this tree. Seattle, that I am not attending. I was almost going to say, if it's between me and you, dude, I would attempt it. If it was like somewhere between where you live and I live, it's doable. Seattle is the furthest point I could ever go, pretty much. Well, that's scary. What is happening? Are what? Is something in the trees, or are these mechanical trees? The way they're moving, I almost feel like they're makeshift trees. Every tree has a story. That's all Veth's gonna say. Every tree has a story. Probably say season 3 and season 1 of Mighty Nein, maybe a MOBA. Not MOBA, but some O-line game. Even if it all they say is they're working on we're talking about the camp. Got it. We're talking about what they're going to talk about at the con. I was like, where did I miss something? In Oz, of course. What is Ray saying? I might need to subscribe. Was really enjoying it. This is what I'm thinking, and I could be totally crazy. I don't think it's trees. I think it's people moving these trees or some kind of creature. Even though that might sound crazy. That's what I want it to be. I want it to be tree-looking mechs. Yeah. See, it could just be the trees are clicking because they're trees, and typically they don't move. I've only seen a tree move 5 times in my life. I had a sentient tree in one of my campaigns that spoke so slowly, it took an hour to understand a sentence. It was mostly screaming, though. It reminds me of the Ents. How they ponder, like the Hobbits. They pondered for like half a movie, and then they're like, we just decided that we're going to fart on your face. And they did. "28 trees later." I end up doing chores on Sunday now that I have them off. The chores on Sunday. Sunday is typically my lightest day. When football comes around, it's my busiest day, and I don't even work. But now that football's over, Sunday will go back to being I'll probably marathon Delicious in Dungeon this Sunday. I might do a couple avatars, do some catching up, maybe edit a few things. Lord of War sequel in the works. Lord of War. Is that the Nicolas Cage movie? Lord of War. I feel like that was the gun movie with Nicolas Cage. I've never seen it. I just remember a Nicolas Cage movie with guns. By the way, if any of you are martial arts fans, there's a tree about to come to life. No, oh, look at it, here it goes. So it is a tree pulling its roots out of the ground. Somebody on Patreon started me doing old school 80s and 90s Jackie Chan marathons. I've already done 3 or 4 Jackie Chan movies. Patreon, if you guys are interested. A lot of Jackie Chan. Dexterity. So we have trees. We have trees. That is correct. 2005. Lord of War. Has room. What the heck? Ha room. Oh. I was like, I thought it says has room. I'm like, what does that mean? Lord of War, 2005. I cast Awaken on a redwood, named him Trent, where he snorts coke and gunpowder. That's the Nicolas Cage movie, I'm assuming. That is correct, 2005. Where I can obtain a pot. Where can I obtain a pot of unawakening? Was Lord of War good? I remembered it since it came out. Like the imagery and Nicolas Cage, you can't forget him in most of what he's in. I don't know how I ever got past. I usually watch every Nicolas Cage movie. I'm waiting for something bad to happen. Oh, it just split. We got away. Or it just left. Beautiful, beautiful. So it is something. It is something crazy. MeUndies. Is that still around, MeUndies? I used to see MeUndies commercials all the time. And this is older, obviously. I haven't seen a MeUndies commercial in a while. I feel like they went under or something. Or maybe they're so successful. They sold so many underwear that they retired as billionaires. In MeUndies. All right. Beautiful. Stand and deliver. That, I don't know what that word is. Capedia one? What is that? A capoda? I don't know what that word is. Clever. Stand and deliver. Wasn't Stand and Deliver the one with Seth Rogen? Isn't that a movie with Stand and Deliver? I feel like that reminds me of that Seth Rogen movie where he's a cop, but I feel like it has a different name. God is watching. Massive Talent is my favorite Nicolas Cage movie. Oh, I haven't seen that either. I started watching it and I fell asleep and then I never finished it. Nothing against the movie. I just happened to put it on when I was like extremely exhausted. And I was like, this is interesting. And then I fell asleep and I never finished it. Somebody requested it on Patreon, but for like a month or two from now. So I do have to watch it for Patreon at some point. Favorite Nick Cage is Con Air all day. I would have to... It's either that or The Rock. But if I had to go Nick Cage movie, I'd say Con Air. Because I don't like Nick Cage as much in The Rock. I more so like Sean Connery in The Rock. I think Ed Harris, that's like Ed Harris and Sean Connery's movie. Nick Cage is kind of like a mockery in that. He's great. He's a great Nicolas Cage persona. But he's way cooler in Con Air. He's like a badass in Con Air. He's like the most jacked I ever seen him. So I'd have to say, as a Nicolas Cage movie, Con Air might be my number one. I loved Steve Buscemi in Con Air. I mean, John Malkovich, phenomenal. Vig Rhames, Machete. There was an all-star cast in that movie. And they had Bubba. Bubba from Forrest Gump was in Con Air. The Rock is just a James Bond sequel on an assembly. So an assembly cast. And The Rock is ridiculous. It's totally. I mean, so is Con Air for that matter. But The Rock is like on another level. Like, and that's saying something because Con Air is totally insane. For The Rock to be more ridiculous than Con Air, that is definitely saying something. The Clovis Concord. Peggy Sue Got Married. I do remember that movie, but honestly, I'd seen it so long ago, I don't remember much of it, but I did see it. Same with Raising Arizona. I know I've seen it as a youngster. I remember nothing of that movie, except there was like a baby and a guy on a motorcycle, and the guy on the motorcycle is like the bad guy in a ton of 80s and 90s shit. That's all I know. I don't even know the actor's name. I just remember his face. Jason Oban. Danny Trejo. Yeah, I said Machete. I called him Machete, but I meant Danny Trejo. I just call him Machete because I feel like more people know Machete than Danny Trejo. Whenever I feel like when I say Danny Trejo, some people are like, "Who the hell's that?" And then I go Machete, and they're like, "Ah, it's Machete, Machete." I didn't know until like recently that Machete, is in Spy Kids. He originated, I feel like someone told me, that he originally originated in the movie Spy Kids, which is hilarious to me because that is like the goofiest child movie, and he's in the most violent, murderous movie as the same character. Fun fact, Machete is in the Spy Kids universe. There we go. Ray was one step ahead of me, but because of delay on the chat, it seems like I might have said it first, at least to me. I mean, to you guys, it probably was right after Ray. Ray might have been the one that told me that, honestly. I feel like Ray might have told me this like a year or two ago, and that's when I found out. Along with Planet Terror. Definitely saw Planet Terror. Adam Espinosa, what is up? Trejo is also in From Dusk Till Dawn. He's pretty much a Robert Rodriguez regular. Yes, love Robert Rodriguez. Love me some Dusk Till Dawn. Dusk Till Dawn was one of the first movies I can remember seeing with Quentin Tarantino. I know it's not directed by Quentin, but I think it was written. Dusk Till Dawn, I think, was written and then directed by Robert Rodriguez, but written by Quentin. And Quentin was obviously in it as George Clooney's brother. Fantastic. I've watched that 100,000 times. Cheech. I love the ending. Pretty sharp. Have we seen Ninja yet? I'm waiting on Ninja for the first Radiator hit. Nothing makes me sadder than the agent lost his bladder on the airplane. I love that. Nothing makes me sadder than the agent lost his bladder in the airplane. John Malkovich. I just watched Being John Malkovich on Patreon too. Ray, we saw that when we were little, and I told people, I feel like you were really into that movie, and I remembered nothing. So I reacted to it on Patreon for somebody, and it is friggin' weird. And in the movie, I'm 42 right now. Ray knows this. I'm 42 right now. In the movie, John Malkovich was 42, and I'm like, he looks so much worse than I do. No offense, John Malkovich, but we are the same age. He was 42 in real life in that movie. And I was like, how does he like I don't know. Maybe I look worse than I think. But I was like, that dude looks like my dad. And he's my age. Orox? Orax? Orax demands our return. Ninja! Whoa, we have a new look for Ninja. I almost didn't even know who you were. Ninja Master, I was summoned. You were summoned, my friend. We are about to pack a new one, and we're going to all unite. My brother's here, Ninja. Ray's in the chat. My friend Neil. I like it. We got our family here, my friends, my actual family. We suffer. Oh, shit. Great. Eyes of the grave. Eyes of the grave, everybody. Radiators unite. Everybody. It was so weird. Loved it, though, talking about being John Malkovich. Yeah, I honestly knew, I didn't remember anything. All I remembered is there was a portal that took them somewhere, but I didn't remember it, how it ended up being. And it was like I could have just went in completely blind and been better off. I think what I thought I knew made it more confusing. Because it wasn't, what I thought I knew wasn't right. Radiators, unite. How are you doing, Ninja? By the way, I didn't just summon you for radiators. I would like to know how your life's going. How's work? Anything we need to do? We need to take care of anybody? Anybody giving you a hard time? Take them out back with the garbage? What is going on? I honestly didn't expect something like this. I mean, I knew the episode was long, so I expected a battle. We're going to battle. Is we getting a battle map? Is we getting a battle map? I like that angle. Let's get you home. Good question. Yeah, that was great. I love it. Yes. Yup. Initiative. Here it comes. I like the angle Laura went, though. Laura tried to just put an end to it right off the bat. Use psychology. I dig it. Forrest the Runner, what is up, my friend? Everybody, by the way, I don't think I've said it once yet, but like and subscribe if you haven't. Oh my god, look at the new setup. I love it. Is this the first battle map? No. We've had battle maps. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like I'm not used to this format. I feel like we might have got this once, but I love that, how we're all 8 on one side, and the battle map is enormous. Orax. Been at work since 9 a.m. this morning and still going strong. Hey, make that money, right? Make that money, Ninja. How long you got? You got to be there till close? So you're doing a double. I was going to say, you're already way past your 8 hours. I mean, how's it work with you, Ninja? Do you get a paid break? Do you get like paid breaks and you could go whenever you want? Or do you have like set breaks where you don't get paid, but you could do whatever you want? At the arcade, we don't have set breaks. It's like if it's slow, you could go out back and smoke a cigarette or run. You can't like goof off, but you could like take little breaks when it's dead. But you also get paid the entire time you're there. So if you go out for like a 15-minute break when it's slow, you get paid for that 15-minute break. A lot of people love working there because it's like a family. Everyone loves each other. Everyone knows each other for like the longest time. And we're very lenient. As long as you do what you're supposed to and you don't, take advantage, you don't get deducted for breaks and shit. Yup till 11, unpaid for 1 hour. Well, that's good. At least you get an hour to do whatever you want to do. Some people worked at the arcade and they're like, I can't work 6 hours without a break. And I'm like, you could go out back when it's slow. And they're like, no, I need at least 20 to 30 minutes where I could leave and clear my head. And I'm like, our shifts are only 6 hours. We don't have 8-hour shifts. We have 6-hour shifts because it's 12 to 6 and 6 to 12. And some people work there and we're like, I can't do it. I can't not have a guaranteed break for a 6-hour stretch. And I was like, what the hell? I used to work doubles at a high school and college. I would work doubles like 3-4 days a week and I would just do it like it was normal. I'm like, oh, so sorry. So sorry you can't work 6 hours without and you could still take breaks. They just wanted like, I want to take it when I want to take it or I don't want to be here. I'm like, get the fuck out of my place. That's what I said. Look at that friggin' fog machine. I love it. It is dumping fog and mist into our map. That is awesome. They're all acknowledging what I'm acknowledging. That is fantastical. It literally looks like it is blowing out of the depths of hell into our faces. I dig it. That might be one of the coolest setups we've seen yet because it's so large. That's like one of the biggest we've seen. There's a lot going on. Yeah. I wouldn't jump the gun. I would lay low, see what happens, strategically plan something out, but don't act yet. I work 40 plus hours from Tuesday to Friday. And then weekends off, Ninja? Do you get weekends off or you got something else you do? I mean, that's a lot for given the time allotted. I remember when I was in high school, I used to work the arcade Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, and I would work with my dad 9 to 5 most of those days except Sunday. All those days except Sunday. So I figured it out one day. Just don't count Sunday. If from Monday to Friday, I was already putting in like 75, 80 hours. And I did that for like 10 years of my life. That's why I have money saved up now because I just worked my ass off as a young kid so much that I just kept saving money. But I never had a life until I was like in my late 20s. But then when I got a life in my late 20s, all I did was drink every night. So that's why you're better off just working a double. If you work a double, you'll save tons of money and you won't have energy or time to drink and become a degenerate person. I was a degenerate, drunken gambler for 10 years. I made money doing that too, but it wasn't healthy. In New Jersey, until their 18th birthday, minor employees must be given at least a 30-minute uninterrupted break for every 5 hours. I live in New Jersey, Daniel. When did that get enacted? I feel like that had to have been after I was in high school and college. Because if not, I'm suing my own arcade for $1 million. Can you imagine? I go to my business partner and I'm like, yo, I just found something out. And instead of, buying this place out from you, you're giving it to me or I'm suing you for 20 years of, well, actually, I only worked there for 2 years as a minor. All right. All right, we just invoked anger. It evaded our pop. Fuck Vokodo, right? You just hit him. Can't be negotiated with. That was the worst negotiation ever. I think we're beyond that at this point. I volunteer. Be careful, Clever. Where's Clever? Wasn't even close. About to cause a wreck. Big doe crossing the road. Stop to look at me, and I hear a truck coming. Wasn't even close. I didn't read that first part. I'm happy to see you're alive and well at this point. Natural one from Sam. Glorious. So it shoots. That's right. So Sam gets shot. Great. We're shooting ourselves with our own spell. Gonna be double digits. 11 points of damage to oneself. Natural one, you shoot yourself. Oh, well. I want to make sure. I wanted to see if I missed anything. I think I'm caught up. I'm out in my yard. Because I lost. Oh, get signal for shit. Doe stop. Oh. I thought you were listening in your car and were driving, and I got you. So it's not as dangerous as I was imagining in my mind. I imagined you driving down the road, listening to me. A doe jumps in the reef. A doe jumps in the street, and you had a swerve, and a truck is hitting you head on. That's literally what I imagined in my mind. Great turn by Veth. Oh, darn. All right, we're getting our creatures to go. Does that say I employed the Jersey Devil for a while? Oddly, I feel like I'm reading that wrong. I'm out in... Oh. I'm not a fan. Adam, how you doing, Adam, by the way? I haven't talked to Adam in a while. Not a fan of this fight. It's so far not a whole lot going on as far as like any it's like it's definitely a slow roll of a battle, no pun intended. By the way, let's hit the radiators again. Well, while Ninja's here and everyone's talking, yeah, is the Jersey Devil Mothman? No, the Jersey Devil. They're different. They're both myths. I think Mothman isn't the Mothman more like a Pennsylvania myth? I know it very well as far as the myth, but I feel like it originated in Pennsylvania. But the Jersey Devil is clearly the Jersey Devil. That's down south, the Jersey Devil. Towards the, I forget the heck they're called. Oh my god, we go through it all the time when we go to Wildwood. It's like an area down south towards where my shore house is, and that's where the Jersey Devil originated, so to speak. But Mothman is different. But Clever, Ray, Shane, Baron, if you're here. I didn't see Shane. Ninja, whoever. Radiators, unite. I think we're down. Let me see. What do we got left here? We are at the 1 hour, and we're about 1.5 hours left. So 1.5 hour countdown. The Pine Barrens, thank you. Yes, Ray got it. Ray, who lives in Pennsylvania and moved out of Jersey 20 years ago, remembered, and I drive through it 10 times every summer, and I couldn't think of it. But Ray, my brother, moved away 20 years ago and remembers. I feel like a failure. I have to punish myself with a radiator hit. Vilya. Mothman is West Virginia. In the Mothman movie, the one with Richard Gere, what was the bridge? It all I feel like a lot of it revolved around some epic bridge disaster from what I remember, but I saw that movie a while ago. I feel like it was some massive bridge disaster which was related to the sightings of the Mothman. I love shit like that. I say all the time, I probably have told you guys 100 times, if I die before I see an alien, a ghost, or some sort of supernatural entity, I will feel like I failed at life. I mean, it's a lot to ask, but I just feel like I have a lot of time left, and if I don't see one of those things, what's the point? Because I see everything else every day of my life. I need to see something. I believe in it all. Why can't I see it? A wolf man? If I got to see a wolf man, it would trump all of those things. He just walks up and he's like, I exist. But he has to say it. He waves, I exist, but he's a wolf man when he says it. It'd be the best day of my friggin' life. He could even eat me after. He could kill me. He could eat. I won't even fight back. I'll be fucking awesome and I'll die. Because odds are I'll turn into one. That's the theory. So if it's real, I'm going to assume I'm turning into a werewolf after... I mean, it can't eat me. It's got to fuck me up. $11 points of slashing. I'll take aliens. I'll be their pet. Yeah, see, Ray... I didn't even read Ray's comment. Ray's in the same mindset as me. If I saw something on that level of, craziness, I will submit. I will be like, dude, I'm good. I don't need anything else. What do you need from me? Make me a werewolf. Have me do your bidding as an alien. I'll frickin' do it. The rest of my life would be so crazy. I'd just be like, I bring coffee to an alien. That's what I do now. I bring coffee every morning to this alien. That's my job. And it's the greatest life ever because I know aliens exist now. That's all I want. I'll get their coffee. No heart to grab. I want to make a reference to The Expanse, but it'll be spoilers. The Expanse is a show I will watch at some point, but I don't see myself catching up to that for a while. There's so many shows on the horizon. I got to do Black Sails, Yellowstone, all the spin-offs of Yellowstone, and I still have to finish all the shows I haven't even finished yet. So Expanse is on the top 10 list, though. Doctor Who, I still have 7 or 8 or 9 seasons left of Doctor Who. I'm almost done with Person of Interest and Eureka. By summer, I'll be done with both series, and they were going for years. I think I'm going to replace it with Yellowstone and Black Sails. Turn undead. Jay is Lon Chaney pork? I don't know what that... I know Lon Chaney, but what does that mean? Lon Chaney pork? I've seen UFOs, but I'm also... LGA and the military has been running secret ops. Oh, also near LGA. Got you. LaGuardia, right? Is that LaGuardia? I think that's LaGuardia. Black Sails is awesome. I need to watch Black Sails. Jessie, my sister, Jessie Dobby Reactions, is doing it right now. I think she finished season 1. And I was like, I want to watch that. And she's like, you would love it. I think she compared it to Game of Thrones with pirates. And Game of Thrones, even with the miserable final season, Game of Thrones is still probably top 10 shows of all time for me. If I knock off the final season, it'll be top 5. But if I include the disappointment and the non-answering of questions, or the way they answered, It loses with the last season. It still wasn't. I mean, it still was a great last season compared to most shows, but it wasn't what I wanted from Game of Thrones. Spectral Image of the Traveler. Vikings is one I watched until it got canceled or stopped. There was like a huge break. I forget why. I think it was canceled or ended and then restarted. I watched all of it up to that point because I just never jumped back on when they restarted. But Vikings was great. Vikings was a great show. Who's the dude? The Loki dude? I'm blanking on his name right now. In Vikings, who's the Loki dude? Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. I loved him. He was frigging awesome. That character, one of the best characters ever, and I can't remember it. Floki, wasn't it Floki? Wait, maybe. I feel like I'm close. It was Floki. Beautiful. It was Floki. I got it right before. In my head, it made sense, but I'm like, I feel like I'm not 100% sure. Floki was freaking amazing. I was saying he was chaotic like Loki. And then I'm like, wait, I think that's his name. Floki. I forget why I started watching that. It was before I did reactions. I watched that and I was like, I binge watched what up to whatever friggin' season was on at the time. How is the latter seasons compared to the rest? Is it like something worth jumping back into? Like it gets better, or is it like, it's okay. It's good. Like Justified. I thought Justified was one of the greatest shows ever. The most recent season, they came back like 10, 15 years later. I thought it was a good season, but not nearly as good as Justified was. So if you're a Justified fan, I highly recommend it. It's on the channel. I edited it up for YouTube and everything. But if you're not a Justified fan, it's just like a good show. It's a good show. I love Timothy Olyphant. Same thing with True Detective. True Detective, last season 4 just ended on Sunday. I thought it was a really good season. And probably in the middle somewhere as far as seasons go, but season 1 was just so good that it's hard to beat it. But I would say season 4 was either second or third in the rankings. Definitely wasn't the worst. Pennywise is the youngest Skarsgård. That is correct. Jay used to watch shows because he wanted to. LOL. Yeah, at one point, I used to. That's why this started, though. I used to watch a ridiculous amount of movies and television just cuz. And then somebody was like, you don't shut up and you have a lot to say. And no one has seen half the shit you've seen. So why don't you just start doing it with people on this? And I was like, fine. If everyone hates my conversation so much, I'll torture everyone else in the world. No, that's not how it happened at all. I make it sound horribly mean. It wasn't like that at all. One of the Skarsgårds is named Walter? That one I don't know. I know Alexander. I know Skellen. Is it Skellen Skarsgård? I always forget how to pronounce it. The older dude that has the voice like this and he talks like he's smoked for 500 years. He's in Dune. I had to pause for a minute because it looked like something's about to go down, but it's just being aggressive. And what's the young Skarsgård's name? I'm brain farting on the young Skarsgård. The one that plays Pennywise. Or is that Alexander Skarsgård? Who? Because there's the one in King in True Blood. Now I'm like so confused. I know at least 3 or 4 Skarsgårds. None of them are Walter though. I don't know who that is. Stellan is Papa. Stellan. I thought. What did I say? I didn't say that. I think I said Skellen. I think I said Skellen Skarsgård. Stellan with a T. I said a K. But yeah, I always pronounce his name wrong. I'm like, I never remember it right. Bill. Oh, it's Bill Skarsgård. That's yes, Bill. My God, because I'm literally thinking like it's got to be something like Stellan or Alexander. Nope, it's Bill. We'll just name him Bill. Nothing's wrong with Bill, but in that family, I feel like you weren't thought about as much as the other. I mean, maybe they were big fans of Bill and Ted's Excellent Journey, and they're like, you, my son, will be named after one of the greatest men to ever travel through time. Show that monk. Shane Barron. Oh, by the way, Shane Barron answered that question. I didn't even acknowledge him. Shane, did you just get here, Shane? Have you been joining us? Because if you just got here, we'll hit the radiators to welcome you on this glorious day. Neil, by the way, yes, Stellan is Dr. Savage from Oh, yes, that's right. How do you say it? Selvage? I totally forgot he was the doctor in Thor. He does pop up in many other Marvel movies as like little quick cameos, other Thor movies. Which Thor? Yeah, he was in the first one and he was in the third one. He comes back in the third one, I think. He's definitely in other Marvel movies as that character. The youngest son isn't Bill. It is Kalbjorn? Is that Kalbjorn? I don't even know how much I'm butchering that name. Stellan is in the Yeah, is that what it is? The Avenger movie? I know he's in at least 2 Marvel movies, one being Thor. I feel like he popped up in a flashback or something, an alternate universe in the 3rd Thor movie, maybe? And I guess maybe Avengers. I remember he was in like doing something with the staff with Loki, I feel like. And you saw Stellan. I feel like he was in a basement and it was like Loki showed up or he was Loki and he grabbed the staff with the gem. So it had to be an Avengers related because it was before Infinity Gauntlet. This battle is weird. I get who said before that this battle was, I think it was Adam. I thought it was going to be like some insane craziness, and it's kind of just like a battle. I mean, it's not bad. It's just with the size of this thing, I literally thought like some freaking monsters were going to come raging out and ruin our lives and kill us all, and we were going to have to start all over again. Like and subscribe, everybody. We are almost halfway, and then I threw everything on the ground and ruined everybody. Almost halfway to 50 likes. We have still an hour and a half. We're about to hit the point where we started last week, and we've already been on for over an hour. Rolling shitty. Alex is one from King Kong. That's what, yeah, Alexander Skarsgård. I just saw that last night, Neil, because March 29th, I think it is Godzilla X Kong, and I really like that franchise. Last night I recapped myself. I rewatched in Ultra HD 4K Dolby Atmos the first one, Godzilla vs. Kong, and it's glorious. It looks amazing. I love it. I'm a Kong guy all the way. I have nothing against Godzilla. I wish him well as well. But if I had to pick between the two, I love King Kong way more. I'm just a giant gorilla ape man. But Godzilla, I think Godzilla is awesome. If I didn't have to choose, I root for Godzilla too. But you just can't. Like, you see the emotion in Kong's face. You could relate to him. He is, not that Godzilla is not thinking and stuff, but I feel like Godzilla is just more like leather skin, doesn't really care, very non-emotional unless need be. Kong, you see, is putting thought into things, and he gives a shit. He bonds with that little deaf girl and signs and everything. He speaks our language. Don't get down on Kong. He is our hero. He better win this one, too. I know in the end, they're probably going to give a couple swings to each other. You can see in the trailer, Godzilla's trying to blast his ass in Egypt and destroys all the pyramids. Like, what an asshole, right? Why you destroying pyramids, Godzilla? Because you had a hissy fit. Godzilla got a gauntlet, or Kong got a gauntlet, and you're jealous, so you got to blow up the pyramids? Come on. But I feel like Godzilla teed off on him in the first one. Even though Kong won at the end, he beat Mega Godzilla, Mecha, but he only beat him because Godzilla focused all the brunt of the damage on him, and then King Kong kind of did his thing. I think if it was them two together, Godzilla got the better of Kong, and I don't like it. The reason why I don't like it is because of the discourse that results. Got you. Atmos is just 2 6 or 8s pointed at the ceiling, right? Yes. Wait. 2 6 or 8s. I'm not clear on what that means. Atmos is just 2 6 or 2 or oh. It's mine. If what you're saying is 9, mine is. I don't know if I'm thinking what you're saying. I have 9 speakers. My Dolby Atmos is 9 speakers. If that's what you're saying, but I don't feel like that's what you're saying. They actually have. As far as surround sound, if you ever seen like 5.1, 7.1, 9.1 exists now. I think they even have like above that, but it's like ridiculously expensive. But my new receiver is 9.1, and there's 2 speakers coming down from the ceiling. That's what I started thinking you meant, because there's 2 speakers coming down from the ceiling that makes it 9.1, because used to be 5. The standard was 5.1. Then 7.1 added front, side, rear, and a sub, which is 7. 9.1 is 2 in the center of the ceiling that come down, so you have it all around you. And I think 11.1 is 4 in the ceiling. But the receiver, I saw receivers, they were like $10,000 for like your base 11.1 receiver. It was like ridiculous. Crazy shit. Gotcha. So I guess we were talking close to the same thing. Clever. The ones in my ceiling are there. Yes, I have the ones in my ceiling. The way my room is set up is I could go above my room in the attic, so it was very easy to do. Normally it'd probably be way harder, but because I have a walk-up attic, that's like my bedroom is right behind this door, and the attic is right here, so I could literally just go up and I could do whatever I need to do. And I used to do construction. I used to build houses and shit, so that kind of shit is like easy for me to do. And I could wire it right down through the walls. Done. Beautiful. I will say, if you're a movie buff, you do notice it. It isn't like, I never really notice too, like you notice 7.1, but all 7.1 does is add the sides. So it kind of just spreads out the sound a little more. And you'll notice it in things like The Matrix, where like bullet theory and stuff, where it's going around the room. You notice in extreme circumstances like that where it's intended for it. But I would say that the ones above you, you notice way more than anything else I've noticed since your standard 5.1. It's the best in Top Gun. I watched Top Gun Maverick. That's probably one of the best movies I've ever watched for sound. The planes and stuff. You literally, I got distracted by my phone, and something happened behind me where like a jet went by, and I literally thought like my wall fell down, and I like went into like the fetal position to protect myself. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, oh, that's just Tom Cruise flying by in his jet. That fucking asshole. No, clever, they don't. They honestly, that was why first off, I wouldn't have bought 11.1 because of the price, but I didn't even entertain the idea because nothing is even made in that. Nothing's even made in 11.1. Very few things are even made in 9.1, but it will still sort of like just having the sound above you. I mean, a jet's a jet. If a jet goes by the side or the back, it's sort of projected above you, and it's just like it still is noticeable and sounds good, but very little is even done for that. So like, yeah, the 11.1 is completely useless right now. It's like you're future proofing yourself. The thing I think is funny though is when people go, yeah, but you're future proofing yourself. Usually when the technology becomes that standard, the technology is super cheap at that point, and they worked out all the bugs and advanced the technology. So you're never really future proofing yourself for that long. If anything, by the time it becomes the standard, there's better options for way, way cheaper. But if you're rich, go and buy your 11.1. I'm sure it's lovely. I found very little porn. Is that say porn? Prone. I thought it said I found very little porn. I've found very little prone distributed in surround sound. Oh, it is porn. So not a word. It is porn. I was like prone. Oh, wait. I am not laughing at the wrong thing. It is the right thing. Very little porn distributed in surround sound. I beg to differ. I own hundreds of them. All in the theme of Wizard of Oz. Don't judge me. I'm good with my sound bar. Yeah, honestly, my parents, like whenever my brother comes over or anything, we all gather in the living room and watch movies. All they have is a sound bar, and it sounds great. If you're not like a super movie buff where you need like to jump out of your seat and shit your pants every time something goes by, a soundbar is plenty good. I mean, I've seen soundbars that could do incredible things. Like I said, my parents is plenty good. We watch the Super Bowl in there. It fills the room, and that's all you really need. I just like to turn the lights off and wake the neighbors from 3 miles away. Surround sound porn sounds distracting. Imagine you like that's how you showed off. You get like a $30,000 home entertainment system, and every time your friends come over, the sample video is like, guys, you got to check out this porn. And you get the one porn that is in 7.1 Dolby Atmos. And everyone's just uncomfortable, but you're like, you got to keep that straight face and be like, you got to sit in the middle of the room and listen to the way it comes down on you from the speakers above. and just sell that shit. You sell that shit like you love it, and that's all you watch in that room. It is undead. Matt has to look in a book. Shane Barron said we gotta hit the radiators, and I concur. Matt's looking in a book, so we gotta fill the time. We gotta fill the time. Everybody, we have exactly the same amount of likes as we do have current viewers. So either every one of us has hit the like, or there's at least one or two in here. Did I say that in English? There's at least one or two of you in here that didn't. How do you want? There we go. We got it. Matt had to look it up in the book, and we prevail. Oh. We're gonna mix this up, make a nice little baking cake of goodness. Baking cake of goodness. What the fuck is wrong with me? Ninja, Michael, Shane, Ray. Is Ray still here? Ray, are you still here? Are you on a mission or a travel or a journey? I feel like usually when you're in the chat, it's because you're journeying somewhere. Are you on a journey, Ray? Radiators. Remember that time? Do you all remember that time? All right. Well, we're out of trouble. Still here. Ray is still with us. Well, I hope you joined us on that glorious radiator journey. We're about halfway. We're like one away from halfway. So, I mean, we got the time. We got an hour and 15 minutes for 25 or 26 likes now. I just saw it click. Ray is there as well. Anyone familiar with Kevin Smith's From Dusk Till Dawn sound system cop story? I am not, but I'm very familiar with Dusk Till Dawn and Kevin Smith. So that's shocking to me that I don't know what you're talking about. But please, do tell. Anyone familiar with Kevin Smith's From Dusk Till Dawn sound system cop story? I would love to know it. I watch everything. Kevin Smith, Ray is probably the one that got me into it, honestly. I would say, Ray, would you say Jason Masterson got you into Mallrats, or did you and Jason Masterson kind of fall into that at the same time? Because one of you definitely are the reason I'm a massive Kevin Smith fan. One of them was big into Mallrats. Well, both of them were. We all were. But I missed Clerks. And then I saw Mallrats, and Mallrats was like the greatest thing I ever saw. But I wouldn't have probably ever seen it if it wasn't for my brother. We dispatched them. I like that. Got a gig / hangout. Oh, I got you. So you're on your way there? Or are you there just chilling today? Tomorrow begins the Edinburgh weekend. Gotcha. Got a gig and a hangout there. You going to see Dan, I guess? To be honest, I'm not sure who discovered it. Yeah, like I always attribute it to Jason because he was so into it. Like you liked it, but I feel like I always like he was so into Brody and the whole idea behind it all that I always attribute it to him. But in my head, I'm like, there's a good chance you found it first and he just loved it more. Not that it matters, but either way, without Ray, I wouldn't have ever probably seen it for a long time. It was something that I just wouldn't have acquired or thought to watch. And to this day, it just came out on 4K. And I bought the special edition. I pre-ordered it and everything. I forget who does all those. What's the company that does all the exclusive 4K copied stuff? There's like a company that does it, and I'm brain farting on the name. But I pre-ordered it because I'm just, to this day, I still think it's phenomenal. Love Jason Lee. Uh-huh. Dan's daughter's birthday. That's right. You did tell me airbrushing and everything. You guys were talking about it. Dan was saying, like, I don't know if you had already set it up at the time or he was inquiring, but I feel like it was spoken of at DragonCon. Yes, my brother, not Scotland. Yes, he already explained it. Edinburgh, Pennsylvania. It's a like a college, but I guess more of an art college than not. From where I am in Jersey, clever, Edinburgh was probably like 7 hours away. So it was about the same distance as me to the dude in Virginia or DC. It's like from here to DC. I think I could probably get to DC quicker, but it's about relatively the same amount of time. My Name is Earl was amazing. Yeah, I loved that show. Quality, and we even had Willem in it with him. Those of you who don't know, Willem is the guy who can't see the magic eye in the Mallrats movie. Boop, 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 boop. I can't see your comment. There it is. Why would Caleb learn Sylvan? Because he loves it ever so much. Everything is cake. I think we're almost to the 1 hour countdown. So we're going to do the 1 hour countdown in 5 minutes, everybody. I know we just smoked not that long ago, but I don't care because I want to keep smoking and fall off this chair. And then everyone's going to be like, what happened? No, they're not, because they're going to know why. Do we have Amy and David France in the chat here? I'm trying to think of people we haven't seen. M. Gormley. I feel like sometimes I miss people. Little Power Monster. I feel like Amy and David might be in the background. Not that, yeah, you don't have to say nothing. I'm just acknowledging that we love you, both, all of you, because I said a bunch of names. A sailboat is a schooner. There is no Easter Bunny. Oh, the tapestries. We forgot to view the tapestries. Okay, the discourse is that Matt made the mistake of asking for initiative when diplomacy was an option. Ah, I honestly, when that happened, I thought the same thing. I'm not even kidding. And for most parties, rolling initiative usually means that there is an option that left but no. I'm not kidding, Adam. I swear to God, when he did that, I just immediately assumed that it's aggressive. Is that what if that's what you're saying, right, Adam? I took it as if we're rolling initiative, it immediately in my mind makes it aggressive. Therefore, I wouldn't even think the other was an option. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I literally was thinking in my head. M. Gormley is here. Little Power Monster is here. Just late. Look at that. The family is all here. I just want to acknowledge that I know all of you are out there somewhere. If you are, and if you're not, then I need to find you and hope that all is well. I should just start thinking of other names because as soon as I think of names, they metamorphosize. Maybe I need to call everybody like a bat signal. I'm like, who? Let's think of a name. We haven't seen whatchamacallit? Oh my God, I just had the name and I lost it. Well, there's Ray. Ray, are you out there? R-E-Y, Ray. Not Ray, my brother Ray. Check out the graves. Check out the graves. Let's do it. I would like to check the graves. Thank you for subscribing, Craig Hunter. If Craig Hunter is in the chat, he just subscribed. Thank you, Craig Hunter. I have a feeling it's possible they're in the chat, but usually when we see that and it's not a name I've seen in the chat, usually it's just from a random video. And they have no idea that I'm thanking them. But if you're there, Craig Hunter, then I'm thanking you right now. Did I see Lace? I see Lace. Oh, Lace Up Hockey. Oh, yes. Lace Up Hockey, are you out there? He has 10 minutes to respond, or we're sending out the wolves. Not evil wolves to eat him. We're sending out wolves that I have trained to find people. Roll call in chat. Roll call in chat. Yes, I love it, M. Gormley. We'll do our roll call. I'll have a list, and I'll mark next to your name every time like an attendance. Every 10 consistent arrivals at our roll call will give you 500,000 thumbs up from me. I'd explain more, but it will have to wait until the end. I'm guessing we're on the same page, my friend. Adam, talking to Adam. Yeah, I guess we're on the same page. But I thought the same thing. If someone came at me and was like, yo, how do you want to beat the frig out of this guy? Well, I don't know. That's a bad example. Let's not even go down that road. Oh my God, Ray, the other day. When I was sending cartoon theme songs earlier this week or last week, I got really drunk and I started going down a rabbit hole trying to find a theme song from a cartoon. And I'm like, if I hear it, I'll know it, but I didn't know enough of it. And I just started watching hour-long videos of every 80s and 90s cartoon ever. And they would just play one after another. And I finally did find it. I was very happy, but I found so many other things too. And I crazy things. And then it went down. I just started watching 80s cartoons and theme songs for like 3 days straight. That's all I did. Oh, and the whole point of that whole story was I got down a rabbit hole of Kids Incorporated. And what blew my mind was the reason I went down that rabbit hole is there was like 10 or 11 theme songs in a row. And I'm like, why does Kids Incorporated have so many different, like, you know how a show will roll with the same theme song, sometimes forever? Most shows have the same theme song every season till the series ends and whatever, you're done. Kids Incorporated had a different theme song every season, and half of them had the same people, so they could have easily reused the old theme song. And it was like mind-blowing how much effort they put into the Kids Incorporated theme songs. And I had to find out, so I just kept like investigating it. Then I found out the kid from Monster Squad was in like 3 seasons of it, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Blew my mind. And they had Jennifer Love Hewitt, but she was called Love Hewitt. There was no Jennifer. She was in a couple seasons of Kids Incorporated, and her name was Love Hewitt. And I'm like, no, it's not. They're lying to me. I know her name. The kid from Monster Squad should have figured it out. Should have investigated that she was faking her name. She's probably a wolf woman, and he could have found her. Basically, there was a difference in intentions between the DM and the cast. When it came to that encounter, Matt eventually admitted on Twitter that he was at fault. Also, misunderstandings. I concur with everything you said. And I like that you said it because I honestly thought about it and then like just never acknowledged it or thought to bring it up. And now I understand what your plight is, my friend. I remember her from Cruel Intentions. Cruel Intentions. Jennifer Love Hewitt wasn't in Cruel Intentions. That was Reese Witherspoon. I don't think Jennifer Love Hewitt was in Cruel Intentions. That was, you're thinking of Sarah Michelle Gellar. You're thinking of Sarah Michelle Gellar, the sister of Ryan Felipe in Cruel Intentions. Sarah Michelle Gellar was great. She was in the other horror movies. And she was Buffy. Buffy the Vampire Hunter. Like one party had one outcome in mind while the other had another. Gotcha. Agreed, Adam. Yeah, it's like you're just guided one way. You're not like in my mind I was like I said, I just assumed okay, we got to be aggressive because of how it was worded. I get it. I agree. Or what is up, bidet bidet? Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yes, that is correct. They need to bring back all the kids as adults. They just react episodes. Adults Incorporated. I love it. I love it. We're down to the final hour, by the way. I don't know if I actually did do my other account. Let me do my other account. We'll be at around 30 likes by the time I do it. But everybody like and subscribe. There we go. I didn't do it. So we are at 28 likes now. We are 22 away with about 55 minutes. Other horror movies. Scooby-Doo. Wasn't Sarah Michelle Gellar... Oh no, she was in... Wasn't she in I Know What You Did Last Summer? One of them? I feel like Sarah Michelle Gellar was in, but so was Jennifer Love Hewitt. I feel like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jennifer Love Hewitt were in the same movie, and that's what I was thinking of. Got one whole other like. Gotcha. Clever's always got in the back pocket the other like. Yeah, I was trying to think. There was someone else too in Kids Incorporated. The Monster Squad kid was this shocking one. He was the badass kid in Monster Squad, the one that wore the leather jacket and had the cool shades. He was a dancing fool in Kids Incorporated, playing the keyboard, and he was like all jazzing out. I was like, "Don't you fucking lie to me. I know who you are." He was probably investigating every kid. That's why they changed so many times. Supernatural shit going on in Kids Incorporated. Love it. Love it. Yes, they were both in it. As I started thinking, because I'm like, wait, there was that scene where Sarah Michelle Gellar's on the stage winning the pageant and she's like screaming up to and I'm like, wait, now I'm thinking of the wrong movie too. That's not Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's Elizabeth something or other from American Pie. I am confusing so many movies. I don't even know. And now some of them are probably Scary Movie, which is a parody of those movies. I can't win. I give up. Mario Lopez. Well, oh, yes. I did that. It was definitely Mario Lopez. AC Slater himself. I did see him. I feel like he was only in one season. But yes, I think that's the other person I was thinking of. Come on, muscles. Oh, Ghost Whisperer, yes. My mother loved that show. I've honestly never seen a single episode. I've seen my mom watching episodes, but I never watched it. Nothing against the show. I just never seen it. But my mother loved Ghost Whisperer. She also is a ghost whisperer. My mother, Ray will tell you, she speaks to the dead. Well, he won't tell you that, but she likes ghosts. He'll tell you that. Strength check with disadvantage. Oh, we are rocketing up on the likes. 18 more left. 50 minutes to go. I think we might make it, maybe, perhaps. The Cat's Eye. She was in that really weird movie with The Rock as well. Southland. Oh my God, yes. Aura. I talked about this movie like a year ago. I'd never heard of it or seen it. And we were talking about bizarre movies. Was it Michael? And Michael might have been, I don't know why I'm thinking Michael, but Michael, maybe, I don't know if Michael recommended it or we talked about it, but I feel like Michael talked about it with me. But I like saw this movie very recently and was like, what is happening? It was so bizarre and weird, but I dug it. And then like we talked about it and then I forgot it ever existed. But that is a weird movie. I would recommend it if you want to watch some weird shit. I just remember being really freaking weird. I got really drunk, didn't expect a whole lot out of it, and I was like, whoa. We broke our loot. What movie? It's something like, I know what, it's something Southland. Aura said it. It's, oh, now I gotta look, whoa, ready, we're gonna look it up together. And The Rock's in it, so it's easy to, Southland Tales. Southland Tales. 2006. Crazy movie. I knew it was something simple, but I'm like, Southland, bleh. It came out almost 20 years ago. I'm thinking, yeah, that's not that long ago. 2006 is almost 20 years ago. That's freaking miserable. I want to cry. But yeah, I'd never seen or heard of it before. Wasn't you? Yeah, Clever got it. Southland Tales. I felt like it was in this chat. It might have, maybe I'm totally wrong, but I feel like it was this chat but like I'm talking about a year, maybe longer ago. And we rant about a lot of stuff. So, I mean, it's possible. And it's possible. I'm crazy. Both are very possible. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. I just want to make sure all is well on the chat because I accidentally clicked my phone off. I like to keep it live and keep a view on things. Keep a view on things. That wasn't a pun intended, but it is now, maybe. I don't know. I only know it has a weird movie in general. But I like, Aura, what do you, did you like it? I don't know if you said if you liked it or not. Low-key like that hot mess. There you go. She just said it. Haha. I love that you liked it. I was like, maybe I'll go back and read the whole comment because I stopped when I got excited about the title. I did like it as well. It was a hot mess. Yes, very much so. But I think I like hot messes if they are intriguing enough to keep your attention. And that was like, I remember just being like constantly drawn to it. Like, what the frig is going on in this movie? And I definitely watched it again shortly after. But I feel like that was a week where I had off and I just was drunk every day. And it all kind of just, bleh. I couldn't even begin to describe the movie. I just remember loving it. And loving it, when I say loving it, like loving it because it was just perfect in that scenario. I would not probably recommend it if you're having Christmas dinner. Don't throw on Southland Tales. Don't do it. Hilt and Handle. Sounds like an awesome name for a store. It was so all over the place. And the song about horny teenagers not being, yes, I can't see the word, but I know what you're talking about. That I do. I like, if you jog my memory, I'll remember specifics. Is A Scanner Darkly that rotoscoped junkie movie. Is that what that's called? I don't know what rotoscoped is. But if it's what a scanner darkly is, then yes, you are correct. If that's what that's called. It is. I'm trying to think of another movie that did it. There was like some war movie on Netflix that did that. If that's what rotoscoping is. $12. Damn it. Clever. I think I saw it on Tubi. I don't know if it's still there, but I definitely saw it. I'll put it this way. I only watch Netflix, Disney, and Tubi. It definitely wasn't Disney. And I don't think it was Netflix. It was just like an odd movie that you'd find on Tubi. Like, I love Tubi. I think Tubi's phenomenal for obscure, random shit, especially 80s, 90s. You find a lot of B-list horror shit. I'm into like really horribly made horror movies as long as they're funny or worth a watch. So Tubi's great for all that kind of shit. It's not great for masterpiece filmmaking. I mean, they have that too, but you don't go there for it. 14 likes left, and we have plenty of time. I think we're jumping in. I like that we are, because the next live stream is almost 5 hours long, and it's split right down the middle. So if we do 30 minutes, it'll break it up very nicely. I think regardless, we still have a 2 hour plus live stream next week, whether we do the 30 minutes or not. It's where they paint over the film stills. Is that what it is? My business partner was telling me, I didn't watch it, but I saw a trailer. Can't remember the name. It was like a war movie where they did I guess the rotoscoping is what you're saying it's called. And I was like, how do they even do that? Because it looks real. And I guess that's how they paint. Oh, I never really looked into the technology or anything. But I know they've done other things like that. It seems very time consuming. But, I mean, it's an art. If you enjoy it, I get it. I thought it was beautiful. If you want to laugh your ass off at The Rock with an afro playing a homosexual, I can recommend it. There you go. And are we that also isn't I wanted to see The Rock do more acting after watching Be Cool. I was going to say, isn't that his character in Be Cool? In my head, I'm like, wait, that's a different movie. Be Cool, yes. That was crazy movie too. I mean, for The Rock. The Rock was in a lot of interesting roles before he was famous. I mean, he was always famous as a wrestler. Before he was a famous actor, he was in a lot of random stuff. Yeah, that's Be Cool. I had to go back and read the other comments because I'm like, I'm assuming someone mentioned the movie. I was going to say Get Shorty, but I'm like, it's not Get Shorty, it's the sequel. Yeah. Charisma saving throw for Laura, or Jester. I am over The Rock since finding out his can't lose on screen requirement. What is that? Oh, he can't lose a fight on screen? Is that it? Oh, that's right. I do remember that. I remember that becoming a thing because of the Fast and the Furious franchise. Oh. We sent all of them home. How nice of us. We were very lovely people. Ninja's back. We're all going to hit the radiators. Everybody ready, radiators? We didn't do our 1 hour countdown, I don't think. So now we're going to do it 10 times in a row. What is longboard? ViewMasters, Google it. I'm not sure. And this is Idiocracy? Google if I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm reading. I feel like I'm crazy. Are we talking Idiocracy, the movie, or are you just saying the word? I'm totally lost. I'm lost. Radiators. I saw Aura's comment. Yeah, he was labeled, he was still credited as The Rock when he did Be Cool. I remember when he was, yeah, like The Mummy. I remember The Mummy, he was The Rock, Scorpion King. By then, though, I feel like around the Scorpion King movie, not the character, because he was the character in other Mummy movies. But I feel like around the Scorpion King, you started seeing Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like he started kind of phasing out The Rock. He might still. I'm assuming now it's just Dwayne Johnson. I haven't really paid attention, but I remember when it used to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Not sure. Idiocracy, Dumb Joe. Idiocracy was a. I love that movie. I don't know if it is a popular opinion, but I think Idiocracy is brilliant. I think it is a genius movie, considering the name especially. What did I miss? The Chimiki Pero. How are you on this fine day, my friend? Boop, 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 boop. I had to burp. I apologize. Let me wave off all of my notifications so I don't have to worry. 12 likes to go, everybody. We've got about 35 minutes. We actually are getting down to the wire. 35 minutes and 12 likes. We need one every 3 minutes, roughly. I think we still have extras on the horizon. I think Clever still got the back pocket. And I think Michael, I don't know, Michael might have put his likes up. Michael, are you home? I feel like you're home. I feel like you weren't taking your usual trip home unless we're just, let me know when we hit, oh, there it is right there. Let me know when we hit 36 likes so I could drop my extra 4. There you go. We're here. We're there, Michael. 38. We're at 38. I'm trying to, my God, I was waiting for Matt's answer, but now we just asked 36 questions in a row. The astral, I mean, hey, I mean, that's a reasonable comparison. The astral plane is like the peanuts that separate other planes of existence. My fave this episode is still the three-way boulder parchment shears that force them to go to break. So funny. That was pretty good. I was wondering why it was broken up so oddly, because that was the worst breakup of an episode I could remember. There was like 3+ hours at the back half and like 40 minutes in the front or something like that after the intro. And then I saw why, and I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. That's why we jumped ahead. This is already a 2+ hour live stream, and I went 20 or 30 minutes into this episode, into like after the break. It was very misbroken up. Ah, there you go. It is all your fault. Now we're gonna find out who's to blame. Who is to blame? This is what Adam is talking about, I'm assuming. Wanton. All right. So that is where Matt is saying we had the opportunity to communicate and possibly work this out. And we murdered everybody. Well, they were already dead, but so it's like we just found out lore that doesn't help us at all, basically. I'm thinking like the information we just got would have been great if we got it yesterday. That would have been phenomenal. Horrible. Horrible. Let's say, for simple, all planes are like island, some farther than others, and the astral sea would be like the ocean in this metaphor. Got it. I figured that's where that was going. Oh boy, here we go. Matt unfortunately exacerbates the discourses without realizing he was in the wrong. I literally like jumbled all those words and I started reading other sentences, but I figured that was it. I've had to pause D&D sessions because everyone got the giggles. You just can't get anywhere. Let's say, oh, I already read that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Got it. All up to date on the chat. But yeah, so apparently, I mean, Matt was actually giving it to them too. He was like, yo, you guys could have communicated, you sons of bitches. How dare you? These evil or so-called great people you thought were evil are dead twice now. I think there is a kitten banging on my door. Knock, knock, knocking on my chamber door. The whole thing got blown out of proportion, and Matt did later apologize. Does he do it on episode? Adam, I'm just curious. Am I going to see it? Is it something that I don't watch? Like it could be in the beginning. I'm just curious to hear his explanation once he realizes. Drag her. Could have allied here. They're still on it. Good point. I get that's actually a good point. If we did away with it that easily, then what help would it have been to us? But I feel like it would have been. I feel like it definitely would have aided us in some way other than battle, even though it would still aid us at that. But we did take it down quite easily. How funny is that? It's not a big deal, but every one of us have brought it up. It's not a big deal. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. But now we don't know what to do because of this. But it's not a big deal, so don't worry about it. They're all trying to make her feel better. This is like talking someone up for this. Like, this is when someone knows you're talking them up. There she goes. I'm not upset at all when you're trying to make it better. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is when the other person feels they need to do it. And you're just like, you're making it worse. What is a Nothic? What is a Nothic? Yeah, apparently they know. I am not familiar. Accent, I don't know what a Nothic is. If I knew that, I might be able to deduce what is being spoken of. We're down to 10 likes, everybody. 10 likes, 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. We're like 25 minutes away. Nothing learned. God, you fucked up, but no problem. Dude, every time Marisha kills a kid, they do the same. Well, there's the acid thing on the roof, for instance. The acid thing on the roof. Not for Jay. Oh, I didn't read it. I saw not for Jay. But what is the other? Bo did have the circlet then, didn't she? I don't know. It's rare you find horny ghosts. At dawn, I was going to say, Veth has said it 30 times. Feast, rest, at dawn we kill Vikodo. That's, I mean, hey, that's something, yeah. At first, I'm like, that'd be hilarious, but it's possible. It goes into the sarcophagus, rests up, comes back regenerated. I mean, hey, that's believable in this world. Shane Barron would like to smoke, everybody, so let us join Shane in a glorious hitting of the pipe and the radiator and everything else. Nothic is a weird one-eyed monster, kind of like an evil Mike Wazowski. Evil Mike Wazowski. I was thinking like a Cyclops. I guess, well, I guess Mike Wazowski. Is Mike Wazowski considered a Cyclops? He's way different and tinier. But I don't know. A Cyclops could be the one eye thing, and then you could look like anything else. Unite, radiators, everybody. Liam has also killed a few innocents. Yes, this is true. Radiators unite. I think I saw Ninja. Oh no, that was Chimiki Pero. Park It in the Jungle. Is that a Guns N' Roses song? Pocket in the jungle. Ninja is there. The hiking Viking. Bidet J, bidet chat. Shift just ended. So I'm driving home. Hiking Viking, you have a... How far are you from home? Aren't you? I feel like you're close to home. But if not, enjoy your journey. If you get home, you could join us for a smoke and a drink. We're likely going to do the next 30 minutes because we have 6 more likes to go. 6 more likes to go. We have 25 minutes to do it. I think we'll be all right. Pass without a trace. I'll smoke with Ninja. I'll smoke with Ninja and Ray, though. Oh, what's something else said? Cyclops means one eye. Can't smoke with Shane. Oh, gotcha. Can't smoke with Shane. I was going to say, I must have missed a comment. It's about a 25-minute commute. Well, then you will make it, my friend, because we have that much left, and we're probably jumping into 30 more. So you can get home, take a load off, pour a nice beverage, and still have about 15 or 20 minutes with us. It'll be a nice little nightcap while Bo dances off screen, giving everyone the middle finger. Do you think because Marisha and Matt are married that there was some hostility and frustration or anger towards one another that night? Do you think Marisha was like, you embarrassed me, you piece of shit? And they had a fist fight and they both put up their dukes like 1920s style boxing? I think it happened. That's how I pictured it. They just came out unfazed by it and love each other more. Mountain of Rumble Cusp. That's the next episode. I saw the next episode is The Rumble at Rumble Cusp or something like that. I dig the name. Rumble at Rumble Cusp. I think that's what it is. But to answer your question, Jay, Matt's apology was on Twitter. I saw that before. I saw someone say on Twitter, and I was like, what's on Twitter? And then I kept it in the back of my head and forgot to ask. But now you have confirmed. Thank you, my friend. Yes, save a spell. Save a spell. Marisha would win a boxing fight. So badly. I would probably agree. Marisha looks like she could scrap. Like in real, I know that's her character, but she seems like she'd be a handful in a scrap, like in a good way. I just feel like Matt comes off so sweet and non-confrontational. I say that in a very complimentary way. Nothing against Marisha. I just feel like she's, I don't know, maybe because I picture her as Bo, or maybe because she's just crazy. I mean, most of the time she's very chaotic and crazy. But, like, I dig that. Oh, that's right. Marisha was in Creator Clash. That's right. I totally forgot about it. I mean, if that relationship survived that thing that happened near the end of Vox Machina, where she yelled, I have to drive home with you, this will blow over without issue. Could you imagine they divorced over a snafu in their campaign Dungeons and Dragons game? It's like, you guys were so great together. What happened? He fucked up the battle at the end of campaign 2. Yeah. Viridian. Yeah, don't be saying Villia. They'll be like, what kind of crack are you smoking? There's also the fact that even at this point, there was still plenty of hate in the fandom towards Marisha, and that moment only further stoked the flames. Gotcha. I kind of forgot about all that. The Marisha stuff. I just noticed Marisha's shirt. Is that a zombie Shakespeare? Is that what she's wearing? Or a vampire Shakespeare? Matt always says he let Marisha take the fight. He is the mediator. Yes. I know a couple relationships like that where the dudes fear their women. They're like, I wouldn't want to fight her. She probably kicked my ass. I know like lots of relationships like that, and I probably agree. Sounds lovely. With Artigan, oh that I yeah. Where's Artigan been? Where's Artie? Where's Artie been? Matt always said, oh, I already read that. And Marisha agreed. Can we? Maybe we can. Yeah. Can we collapse a volcano? I think yes. Artie. Are we even still entertaining the idea of having TravelerCon here? I haven't heard us speak of it in like very much. I mean, I guess we got to resolve this first, but I feel like win or lose, this is a crazy thing to do at this point. Thankfully, they did let his whole thing blow over by next session, and there's one moment in 105 that needs to be seen to believed if you all know what I know, or you know what he knows, or knows. I imagine 105 would be pretty cool based on the length. I feel like any episode that is near 5 hours has to have some great moments because that's like not many that we have that are that long or longer. So the volcano blows up. It will likely take Vokodo. Are they trying to go in back in the back door? Is that what you're saying? I don't know if that's what that says. Are they trying to go in the back door? It'll be before the in Vose. I was gonna say Coes. You corrected it. I apologize. Clever. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking they're trying to sneak on in. I mean, I guess you could call it the back door. Is a good way to put it. But I'm wondering one if it's possible, two if it'll work, if it is possible. Both directions split up. Yeah, coming from both sides, distraction. Doesn't know what to do. That was just in Delicious in Dungeon. The whole lesson was to beat the basilisk, we had to attack from both ends. Always ready. 4 likes away, by the way, everybody. We are almost to an additional 30 minutes of heavenly bliss on a Friday night. Naked. Onward. Up. I heard the Gladiator music and immediately followed by the Star Wars music. It's Christmas in Livestream land. They're brainwashed. Save them. They're brainwashed. Save them. Anyway, I'm out. I'm still on the clock at my local drugstore. Adam Espinosa, you have a glorious night. If we see you again, I will say hello. Back from it. Oh, that's Michael. That's why it popped a little. Michael got back from the addition of likes. So we're getting close. We're getting very close. 15 minutes left. We've been keeping the ratio good. Frumpkin to a Distance. I want that to be the name of a song. Frumpkin to a Distance. Oh, DG store. I literally just saw DG and blended it in my mind as drugstore. Dollar General. Adam does not work at a drugstore. He works at Dollar General. Big difference. In my head, I literally was like, DG, drugstore. It just became it in my head. But Adam, you go take care of the rest of business. 1:30 had 2 paws and hit live. He had to go back out in the yard. Been froze for probably a while. Are you okay, Clever? You doing all right? Doing all right? I feel like Vilya said this before. Oh, I was going to say, so there's only one person. There's basically one person that does the offerings and interacts with Vokodo. The island took them. Ah, but was it an accident? Was it an accident, or did someone murder the other guardian? Either way, it doesn't matter right now. But it is important to know that one person does most of the interaction. Yeah, you gotta help us. We need her to do her normal thing and then attack from behind or above or however we do it to get in, not from the same way. My stream shitty signal. Gotcha. Yeah, you did say that. How cold is it? It's supposed to be pretty cold by you. It's been cold the last couple nights here, but then today got like back to normal pretty much. If you pay more than $250, you're overpaying regardless of where you are. So you can't give me a price check on acetaminophen. Oh, acetaminophen. Isn't that the one that gives heart attacks? Acetaminophen? I don't remember. I don't think that is. I think a lot of people take acetaminophen. Oh, wait, but I know what you mean. I don't know. My dad has heart condition, and they say always take Tylenol. So whatever one Tylenol is, I forget. I think that's not acetaminophen. I always forget. I feel like Advil's acetaminophen. No, it's generic Tylenol. Ibuprofen is one that puts some people at heart. Oh, okay, ibuprofen. I was like, it's one or the other. Anything will kill you depending on the dose. True. Except love. You could get 100 doses of love and it will only make you happier. Actually, you'd probably start getting really annoyed with that much doses of love. There's only so much love you could take in doses. That's a lot of doses of love. We are 4 likes away with 8 minutes to go, everybody. 8 minutes to go. 4 likes left. Do we miss it by 1 like? Is it possible that we miss it by 1 like? I made it back in time, Amelia. Welcome back. Ibuprofen or whatever. Is also acetaminophen. Paracetam. I never even heard of that one. Paracetam. I just won't ever take it. If I don't know what it is, I ain't taking it. Seats taken. Yeah, there's got to be something we could do with the greed thing. That's what I was thinking. The greed factor we could probably manipulate in some way to confuse and distract further. Like, what if we give Vilya something so crazy, like we don't have to worry how valuable it is because we're going to kill Vokodo and take it back. So it doesn't matter. We got to give her something that's like so crazy that it gives us the ultimate distraction. I've still got mine. I think we should throw it. You need 3 more, Clever. I think you could toss it up there and we'll be so close that I think it probably will factor in. It might factor in. We technically have 7 minutes left. It's attacking something called prostaglandine that acts as a protective coating to the heart. Also found in the stomach. That's why you need to eat something when you take it. Got it. Tell that to the dude who got beheaded mid-thrust. Then his girlfriend ate part of him. See, that's what happens. That happens. There we go. There we go. See, we're thinking. It can't move more than 10 feet. So we could do it, but we can't move it more than 10 feet. Oh, look at Matt's face. He made a face, and now we have questions. 10 feet in this dimension? It's triggered. Oh, okay, so it is triggered. I dig it. That is Awesome. So we seal it in amber, and then we're going to back up. Hey, I dig it. I think it's a pretty awesome idea. I'm intrigued by it. All right. All right, I was going to say it's not a confirmation, but she's experienced. So she's saying they think that Vokodo knows where we are and we're up to, like, we're doing something, but can't hear word for word what we're being said. I mean, that's good to know, but it's not a guarantee. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking right there. If he could sense the island, then he'll sense us coming up the back door. And the fact that Vilya just told us that means that she's putting herself in even more danger. Because if she's thinking that's a possibility and still doing it to help us, she's possibly going to get herself killed. Why Dutch and not Latin? Any word on narrative telephone. As far as popping them up on YouTube, Mr. Ninja Master, because my pharmacy test study was in the Dutch. Oh, I was going to say, what is that Dutch and Latin thing for? It was, I figured it out. I figured it out. I'm a genius. A little nervous about powdering diamonds. Yeah. Yes, I agree with Caduceus. Oh my god, I love that. That was good. When Travis started talking, I was like, I feel like this is going for a last minute jab. I think because we were saying there should be no lesson learned. Sam earlier was like, no lesson to be learned. We're just going to go kill Vakota tomorrow. And then he's like, I think the lesson to be learned is that we talk to people. Communication, everybody. Yes, the time for talking has definitely escaped us. Trying to teach. Trying to teach. So ibuprofen is the one that is bad for your heart. I think that is what we came to the conclusion. Tylenol is acetaminophen. Because, like, literally every time we go to the hospital, all I know is they're like, give him Tylenol. Give him Tylenol. Don't give him anything else. Give him Tylenol. So I know Tylenol is the best or better thing for people with heart conditions. So if you ever have doubts, just think Tylenol is okay for heart conditions. Hmm. Yeah, Matt said there was like nothing. He said it was like you could eat off the floor kind of thing. Fluffernutter. The funny thing is, do you all remember when we first saw Vokodo? What did I say to do? I said, do we have the Fluffernutter? I would immediately go Fluffernutter. And now we're kind of rigging an explosive. It's maybe not the fluffer nutter per se, but that was my original thought, was to give this thing something that would detonate and kill it. So I feel like we're getting back to that. What do I have? Any minute this is ending. Yeah, we're ending it now. And we still need 3 likes, everybody. 3 likes left. We're gonna take a little break. We're gonna talk. I gotta use the bathroom. I have to pee like a racehorse. If we didn't know, racehorses pee very much, quickly, fast, all the time. Plotting, and I mean, honestly, I would want the break here if I were them. We could like really think about it over the week if we were them. We're not gonna think about it at all because it's already happened. Is it Thursday yet? Good night, Matt Mercer. Have a glorious night. All right, we're gonna jump. We're gonna set it up. I want to see. Oh, as you return. As you return, you guys have begun. All right, I guess it's at a good spot. I think this one is like 2 hours. 2 hour. Oh, it's long. Oh my God, this isn't broken up evenly. I thought it was broken. Oh, that's because it's such a long episode, I guess. There's still a lot of time. It goes to 2:36 minus 11 minutes. 2 hours and 25 minutes before the break, not counting the 11 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, and that's kind of split because then the back half is still over 2 hours. Either way, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I just got to pee. We're going to come back. Like the video. We're almost there. We're 3 away. Clever, did you throw your other one up? Because if you do, we're 2 away. We're 2 away. See if we can hit it by the time I come back. I'm coming back in 3 minutes. So scream to everyone that jumps in this thing, like and subscribe, and we should be fine. I'll be back. Give it 2-3 minutes tops. We're 1 away. I see 49. I see 49. All right, good night, everybody. What if I just shut everything down right now? Right now, we're just going to shut down over 1 like. We're obviously going to do it. I'm not going to not do it over 1 like. But we better get 1 more like while we're talking, just so I'm happy about life and I don't think I compromised my rules. Because if I compromise my rules, then what do we have, everybody? There's nothing. We have nothing. But we have this. This is my Exandria little journal. And I feel like if you just jumped in to see this and you're seeing this Exandria journal, you should throw a like on the channel for the sake of loving everything Critical Role. Neil, good night. Yeah, Neil's good. What does it say? All hail Lord Chair. All hail Lord Chair. I love it. Break out the smelling salts and blade music. I honestly, once I break out the smelling salts, like actually open it up, depending on how crazy it is. I mean, it's not going to kill you. If you watch Joe Rogan and see them do it, just literally Google YouTube, Google Joe Rogan, Joey Diaz smelling salts. I guarantee you the clip will come up. And they're all just rocking out to the blade music and Joey Diaz he's like my dad's age and has taken like every drug under the sun. He at one point, like Joe Rogan and them will go like, and like literally almost vomit and like pass out. They're like, oh my God, they can barely take it. At one point, and Joey Diaz has never done it before. And he's doing it, and at first he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then when he realizes how potent it is, he's like, all right, now I'm ready for it. And he just sits there and he's going like, and he's like dancing to the music while inhaling it in each nostril. The same shit that they almost vomited after just going like for 5 milliseconds. So it is worth a watch. It is worth a watch to go check out Joey Diaz huffing smelling salts. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. The latest clip, not Joey. The latest clip was not Joey's first time. Oh, is that? Maybe I saw the original. The one I saw was when he literally was like questioning that he thought he was being pranked. They were like, yeah, Joey, smell this. And he's like, get that shit out of my face. And he thought he was being pranked. And they're like, it's not a prank. We're going to do it too. And it really does do this. And he was like, whoa. And then when he realized it, then he was like, oh, this is like fine. I could totally do this. Like I've snorted more shit up my nose than anybody. And he was like totally good with it after that. I saw the clip of Joey smashing it. Joey Diaz is great. I've seen him since I was like a kid. He's like I said, he's my dad's age. And I think he's from the Jersey area, if not New York. I'm pretty sure he's like a Jersey guy, but if he's not, he's definitely New York. And I've just heard my family's very Italian. Growing up, I definitely came across him many, many, many times. Oh, Ron White. Yeah, there was I saw the Ron White one, but not the whole thing. So I don't know if they did the smelling salts and stuff. Oh my God, our likes are going down, everybody. We're actually losing likes. What is happening? We're losing likes over here. Radiators Unite. If Ninja's here. Oh, I see Ninja's right there. Look at that. Ninja, Colvin, Clever, Shane, whoever else, everybody, Radiators Unite. We're still 3 likes away. But we'll watch some of it because I love all of you. Nope, that one won't do. This one won't do. We're going to have to do another. Now we're 2 likes away. Every time I look away, we either go up or down. Let's get those final 2. I already said to all of you that we're going to do it regardless. But for the sake of rules, let's try to get there. I'm just going to pack a new one and then we're going to jump in. So we are at 11:32 on the clock. If you guys are trying to set it up, we're going to go 11:32 on the clock. Let me change this one over here. Stop. Why is this still smoking? Stop smoking. Reset. Rewind. What did I say? 11:32? I have the worst short-term memory. Let's see. Was that right? 11:32? 11:32. All right. Gonna pack a new one. Ninja, Colvin, Shane. Let me pee first. Clever's going for a pee break. The good thing is I totally forgot to grind new stuff, but I had plenty in here from last time to do plenty of what we needed. I think I have just enough to pack one more nice clean bowl, and we'll be good to go. Throw that in there, get some of that, add a little salt and pepper, and there we go. I missed it. All right. The rest of this could go in there. All right. Should be good. Should be just enough. Night, Amelia. Well, I'm bowling out. Oh, I'm bowing out for the night. I'm like bowling out for the night. Have a great night, Amelia. Is it Friday yet? We'll get that in there. All right. Rat Eaters Unite. We're 1 like away, everybody. Can we hit 50 likes right before we jump in? We're 1 away. We're going to hit the Radiators, and then we're getting into it. Either way, we have succeeded in seeing more time. But will it happen officially? Only this Radiator will let us know. Whew. That one, I breathed in very deeply, but that is glorious. All right. Is everybody ready? Let's take a drink. Is Clever back? Clever's back. Clever is back. All right. Here we go. I'm sure by the time we get into it, we'll hit another like. But like and subscribe. We're going to do 3, 2, 1. We're getting in. Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, go. The Northern Trek. The Northern Trek of the Isles. Can we get to Liam's gamble tonight? When is... Well, I guess it's not spoiling it. Is it within the first 30 minutes? We will. We will get there if it's in the first 30 minutes. Is it before the 42nd hour? Or minute, I should say. The 42nd minute. We're going to go to 42 minutes on the clock. But, Aura, if it's near there, I'll go a little over. If it's something worth jumping into and it's close. As long as we hit 50 likes, I will watch. No, I don't even know how far in it is. What if it's like 14 hours into this episode? I love narrative telephone. Yeah, oh yeah, we were talking about it before Ninja brought it up. On my way home finally, Colvin, be safe. We'll see you when you get there. We're all waiting for you at our house, at your house. We're all there right now. This is actually a green screen of my room, and I'm sitting in your bedroom right now, videotaping this live stream. North to Alaska, go north. The rush is on. The rush is on. I just started watching Gold Rush on I randomly was watching HBO, and I was searching. I bought tons of gold stock, and I was researching gold, and it must have been like a saved thing. So when I searched HBO, it searched gold, and Gold Rush came up. Never heard of it, and I just started randomly watching Gold Rush, and it's basically in Alaska. I feel like most of it is, if not all of it. Some doors are made of stone, some doors are made of iron. I don't know the time exactly, but once you've seen it, there's a little video on YouTube with Liam's commentary on the moment that you should really see. I will definitely. If it's a gambling thing too, I love it. I was just saying, Joe Rogan today had this guy on who was one of the biggest gamblers in the world. And I wanted to watch the whole episode just because I love hearing old timers talk about gambling stories because they're degenerate lunatics. And I love it. I want to be that. I only hope that I could be a degenerate lunatic when I'm that at that point in my life. I want to have the craziest stories that you have me on your show because I'm such a degenerate. That's the kind of man I want to be when I grow up. I have arrived back in the comfort of my abode. Happy Friday, Hiking Viking. You have just made it. We just started 3 minutes ago. If you haven't thrown a like up, we need one. We need one more to make 50. It'll look so amazing on my mantle when I frame it. Listen to the music. Ramp it up. I don't know if he quite said that. I feel like I think we just hit 50 likes. I have fireworks. We're going to set off fireworks. I don't know. Did we? I feel like we just did, but I don't see it hitting 50. Never mind. Let's not do anything. Let's just sit here and do nothing. Yeah, I don't remember the dragon turtle saying, I remember him saying, I take what I want. I don't remember, I want all the things. Everything and everything is mine. 50 likes. We just hit it. 50 likes. Ding, 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 ding. Everybody jump and scream and shout. Let's hit the radiators in celebration. We all came together and did it. I did so much. I did it all. I was every like, all 50. Everybody get the radiators. We're celebrating our 50th. I like the idea of it. I like her idea. I like Laura. I mean, well, it's Jester's idea. Laura had nothing to do with it. I just don't think it's going to happen like that. I don't see that. If it happened like that, I would love it. I just don't think it would happen like that. Yeah, like that. Exactly. We're going to ride a dragon. Like, it just, I don't see any of that becoming reality. Oh, we're back to 49 likes. Everyone, no celebration. No celebration. Everybody pack it up. We're going home. Pack it up. All right, we're going to hit the radiators anyway. But we did go back to 49 likes. Either way, we're hitting the radiators. We have 25 minutes left. 25 minutes left. Honestly, it's worth it. Let's do it. If it's only going to use ascending spell, let's do it. There's very minimal risk. Very minimal risk. I mean, it's worth a shot. There's nothing to lose. Unless the dragon turtle gets mad at us sending him too many times and swears a undying wish to kill us for all of time, I think we'll be all right. I miss the background. The background. Oh. I did notice that. Are you talking about their new background? We got everybody uniting with smokes. Perfect timing. I am taking out the trash. Take out the papers and the trash, ninja. We're talking teleportation over here, everybody. Bringing people through trees. We've done this. Not we. We haven't done this. We've seen it done. The background from the show. Yeah, I noticed it, but I didn't like in my mind I noticed it, but I didn't like think about it long enough to make a comment or acknowledge it until you just said it. Then I'm like, "Oh yeah, it is different." Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, but we're also yeah, exactly. You're like your idea, yeah, like yeah, clearly. That's what I was going to say. Are things any different right now? Are they any worse? Right now we're being slaves and it's giving every possession we've ever had to this thing. What is life at that point? Like we willingly, or these people just willingly give everything and live for a cause, and that cause has no benefit to them whatsoever. They are sitting 6 feet apart, not next to each other. Yes, that's. I wasn't sure exactly where they were situated, but I figured it wasn't very close. What shirt is this episode? What shirt? Are we talking the thumbnail people? Thumbnail people? I don't. I didn't look. I'm. There's. Are they sitting like in a circle, 6 feet apart? I'm curious now because that's how I pictured it. I pictured them sitting in like a circle facing each other because I'm trying to like the way they're looking at each other when they talk. I feel like they're at somewhat of an angle, or are they like right across from each other and side by side? I feel like a circle would make the most sense with 7 people, or I guess 8 counting Matt. It would also work with the camera angles easier if they're all just set up in a perimeter. Is that my husband's shirt? Oh, is that are we talking Matt Mercer? Boop 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 boop. What is circle-ish? Semi-ish? Oh, circle-ish, semi-ish, circle, semi-ish. D turtle, D turtle. All of this is about guacamole. We have officially hit 50 likes again. 50 likes again, everybody, even though we're into the next 30 minutes. If you're jumping in, we are watching episode 105. We have already finished 104. We have jumped in, and if you threw likes up, then you helped get to the point where we're watching right now. Lots of treasure on the. Oh, now we hit 51. So now we're cracking some likes up there. I like it. I like the likes. Here for the ships. Not the husband shirt. Is that my husband's shirt? LOL. Is that my husband's shirt? Not. Vokodo is a crazy man. Noah Summers. What is up, Noah? I do remember Noah. I think it was last week. Yeah. Ah, yeah, how does this work? I mean, that's a better plan, I think. I think bringing the dragon turtle to, if possible, bringing the dragon turtle to him would be way easier, I feel like. If we're capable of those things, which Liam just said he could. An enemy among us. How does your roof sound, Jay? How does your roof sound? My roof? My roof sounds amazing. The roof of my house, the roof of my car, of my mouth. I was just on the roof of my house right before this live stream. I had to check the shingles. My parents have a leak in their bedroom, and I had to check so they don't get dripped on and die from dripped water. Because that's a very common death. Dripped water death. Dragon turtle bomb. Yeah, that would be amazing. A dragon turtle bomb. We just shrink it down, launch that fucker at it. Vakoto, dragon turtle bomb. Your Atmos surround sound. It is quite amazing. I enjoy 9.1. The 11.1 is the ridiculously expensive one. 9.1 you could get for like reasonable prices. Most people just probably wouldn't utilize the other two speakers being as they're in the ceiling. But it is quite magnificent. I am quite the fan. It's not in this room though, obviously. It's in my bedroom. It's funny that I probably watch less on my bedroom television setup, which is by far the greatest thing I've ever had in my life, better than my living room and everything. And I watch everything in this room. I watch like a couple, like maybe an hour or two before I go to bed when I'm in my room. And it's like so nice. I would live in there. I would just live in my bedroom. I love where this conversation has gone. There's so, yeah, that was a lot of words. Halfway through. We're already halfway through it. I'm curious if the, do we know if the Caleb gambling thing is approaching? I'm curious if this is approaching in the next 15 minutes. Because now I'm curious. I mean, right after this, I'm going to grab something to eat, jump into the Patreon hour and the YouTube video. So as long as it's before the break, which I think someone already said it was, then I will get to it tonight. There's no way I'm making it in time for sashimi or sushi. It's almost 9 o'clock, and there is at least 2 hours left. I'm not allowed to get it if I can't finish by 11. Unless I take a longer break. But my sister made pork chops, so I'm going to have some pork chops and then just finish. Atmos reminds me I need to watch the Doctor Who episodes. That's what I saw. I just saw those with the cars, and I was like, "Hey, I have that sound system." I literally said it was something similar in the reaction because I was like, "Atmos." It is literally Atmos. I think that was in the earlier part of season 4 or the end of season 3. So it was. I watched it fairly recently. Amy France is in the house. Looked it up. No, it will be at the very end. Nah, it'll be a while. Amy France. Oh, answering the Caleb question. So we will see it on the next live stream, I guess. Then I won't see it by the end of the night. See what D Timberlake. Do I? Villia. Oh, Villia. The Jadoon bullshit with Tenant. What is that? The Jadoon bullshit. I don't know. I know. What is? I know you're talking about the movie Tenet. What is? I'm trying to think of what Jadoon is. I've only seen Tenet like once or twice, and I honestly have it on 4K, and I've never watched it. I have it, and I never watched it. Is that where they do the building thing? Or is that the... I'm just not familiar with the name. Atmos security system. Atmos. Oh. Oh my god. You're talking David Tennant. You're talking David Tennant. I thought you meant the movie... How's the movie Tennant on your setup? Because I hear Tenet is one of the best movies to watch on a setup like that because of the way Nolan films his movies. I went into a different direction, my friend. I agree. Too much of a risk. Don't do it. David Tennant, Doctor. Doctor. I just saw it. Has any of you seen the new season of True Detective? In season 4 of True Detective, there's only 6 episodes. It just ended last Sunday. It is all in full on Patreon. I edited them up for YouTube. Every episode's edited up for YouTube for free. But in that, the original Doctor from 2005, I cannot remember his name right now, but you guys probably know who I'm talking about. Raymond Calitri from Gone in 60 Seconds. He shows up as a love interest of Jodie Foster, and they have on-screen sex multiple times. And I was like, what a random thing for Doctor Who to pop up in. The Centaurians. I just finished that arc. I'm right around that point. I'm like 1 or 2 episodes past the Poison Sky with the Centaurians. Atmos in Who are the prolab aliens that look like Glasgow. Aliens that look like Glasgow. I don't know what that is. I know the name, but I can't think of what that looks like right now. But I know, yeah, they look like little crazy warrior dudes in suits, and they all look alike. Just did all that stuff. Christopher Eccleston, yes, Christopher Eccleston. Jadoon are the space thingies from the hospital. Oh, yes. That's so okay. Now it all comes together now. I totally forgot when I was talking about Christopher Nolan. We're going to do it again. Okay, do it again. Immediately do another one. That's how we talk to dragon turtles. See you maybe. All right. Yeah, wait for a response. This is pretty good. I like that. boop, boop, boop. Is it gonna work? Oh my god, is this gonna actually work? I can't believe this actually. I didn't think it would. I liked the idea. I just didn't think it would work. I didn't think this would work. Now it's a matter of getting him there. But hey, I like that we just were able to make this happen. This is fantastic. East side. I am so thrilled. I'm just the fact that there is a possibility. I was okay with him saying interesting, like you could see he was interested, but then to actually say that he's it's a possibility. He like flat out said it's a possibility. The everything is cake tower. Everything is cake tower. Pay attention, everyone say pay attention. Focus, focus, focus. This is it? Is this the Caleb thing? Are we going to literally, because there's 5 minutes left till we're at the half hour. Pay attention, everyone saying focus, focus, focus. Tongues on Jester. All right. This is flawless Zemnian. Does that mean I'm speaking Zemnian? Is that in our country, our world? Baltimore? Where is Baltimore and Exandria? Well, all right. We're good. Listen to how she's talking. I'm so used to Laura talking like Jester that her talking like that totally threw me off. I almost am worried of how I'm going to react when I hear them in different voices again. Like they're like when Vox comes back. By the way, did we get any news on this? Tomorrow morning. It's hamburger. All right, sending again, sending again. Emerald City. Oh, These things are flying off the shelves tomorrow. This thing is smart. So this thing is way more intelligent than I thought it was. I just assumed it was going to be some like dumb beast. This thing has got intelligence. I'm an American fighter is a thing I'll still say for no reason. American fighter pilot. I'm an American fighter pilot. Yeah, I understand that's why I'm saying he's intelligent. Because the fact that he immediately thought, why would you tell me this? What do you obviously have something to gain. You're not going to go, thanks for wrecking my ship. By the way, there's 20 more over here up for grabs. It's obviously, you'd have to be dumb to not think that there's something going on. But the fact that he is very intelligent for a beastie. Big old beastie. Colvin, this is, I don't know if there's enough in here, but I'm going to say we're going to hit one more, and we are at the 30 minutes. So we'll keep watching until I take the rest of the finalness of this and put it in this pipe. So let's keep watching. Everybody get your radiators ready, because we're going to do the last bit. Dita, yeah, there's one of our friends at the local pub was Dita, and he is German, so Zemnian, very close to German. Dieter. Let's go to Dieter's. All right, everybody, radiators. We're all good. Everyone, I see Colvin. I see Clever Shane is Ninja in the house, because if so, this is the good night. Cheers, radiators unite. Guacamole. We'll watch another minute or two because I'm curious to see where we're going to end it on. So we're going to go a little bit more, and then we'll say goodnight, and we'll talk, and we'll do our thing. But we've hit 51 likes, so we accomplished the goal. Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, the least of our worries is being remembered at this point. We'll stop around 45 when I see a good point. There's always a chance that guacamole could get in our heads a little bit stronger. I wish I was a little bit stronger. Found out Mondo is making X-Men animated series action figures. They are around $200 each. Michael, I might have to get one of those. Like original. Let me read that again. Making X-Men animated series like the 90 X-Men 97 animated show, I'm assuming, because that is what is hot right now. I have the originals. I have all the original X-Men action figures from like the early 90s still in the packages in like Rubbermaid bins in my attic. Agreed, agreed, agreed. VO community. There's the link. I am going to eat it. Here we go. This is me eating it. I have to take pictures of everything so I remember. Brondo. That is idiocracy. Brondo. To any of you all, all the magic. I want all the magic. Yeah, that's the problem. Is it might be vibration. I'm thinking if it's through the island, and we were explained like Vilya did that it's got to be through like vibration or sensation or beyond the Thunderdome. Beyond it. Does that cost more? Of course, Brondo costs more. All right, we're gonna stop there. I figured Matt was gonna do they were gonna pause because we are already. I want to see what do we got. We got like there's the hour Patreon, and then we'll have. Yeah, I mean, there's still like 50. There's almost like an hour. There's an hour YouTube video almost. Still a ton of time, and we still are gonna have a plus 2 hour live stream. So this episode is just extremely long, which isn't a bad thing. I'm assuming something's gonna get crazy. This is probably going to be Rumble at Rumble Cusp is the name of the episode, so it's probably going to be the showdown with Vokodo. I'm guessing based on the fact that we have almost 2 hours left before the break. I'm guessing that we're gonna rest up, do our thing, put our plan into action, and get to the fight by the break. I feel like that's plenty of time to do everything we need to do, get all our ducks in a row, and then get to the fight. And then the dragon turtle angle is awesome. The dragon turtle angle I did not see coming, and I love it. And as soon as she was saying it, I didn't even really want to put thought into it because I'm thinking that's just ridiculous. I would love to see it happen. But when she first started saying it, I'm like, there is no way that's even possible. But being its Jester, I'm like, let her do what she does. Let it play out because it's Jester. It's just chaos. But the fact that it actually is somewhat working, I mean, to what level does it work? I don't know. Because my thing is, even if we could get the Dragon Turtle to agree, how do we get it to work where they interact without Vokodo putting like the kibosh on it before it even becomes a thing? I feel like there's like too many ways it could fail that I can't, but I want it. I'm hoping for it. I'm wishing it. Is that not what this is? Is that not what this is? Wind sock? What is a wind sock? That one I'm not familiar with. It's pour. Oh, is that in the movie too? It's pouring the first drink for the fallen. Pouring the first. The thing McReady action figure is $235. I'm on a Mondo rabbit hole. I'm in on a Mondo rabbit hole. I'm gonna check them out. I'm curious to say that I'm very into action figures and stuff. Jay, will you be reaching? Will you be reacting? I already did episode 1. If you didn't see, Ninja, I was telling people at the beginning of the live stream, I wasn't as I watched it and I was like, I thought I'd be super hyped. Like, I thought I'd be like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. And I was just like, meh. Like, I had nothing against it or anything. But I was saying my main concern is Aang. Aang, I felt, was like the worst of all the actors, and noticeably so. That it was like ruining most of the Aang scenes for me. And then I put too much thought into it, and I was like, once something bothered me, it's like I was like noticing everything, and I was like, I just got like I wasn't as into it. But I was like, let me take a break. I started watching Delicious in Dungeon, which is amazing. That is I feel about that how I thought I'd feel about Avatar live action. So I'm gonna be doing both. I'm still gonna keep watching Avatar and reacting to it. I'm just gonna do it slower because originally I was gonna do like a Cobra Kai Stranger Things binge, where when those drop, I will watch until I will finish. I will not sleep till I finish them. For Cobra Kai and Stranger Things, they're the pretty much the only two shows I could think of where when they come out, I will sit in this chair for 12 hours and eat, drink, sleep in this chair. Well, I don't sleep, but I will binge watch them because I want to get it all done in the books, and then I slowly edit them. Well, not slowly. I pretty much edit those pretty quick. Cobra Kai's last season, I had watched and edited all the episodes within like 48 hours. And I didn't mind it at all because I love Cobra Kai. I think it's one of the greatest shows in recent memory. Okay, fam, gotta head back in. Ninja, you have a good night. We're gonna say goodnight anyway to everybody. Colvin, clever name I made, Ninja Master, Michael, and the dude, my moderators, Lace Up Hockey 2. You pop in every now and then. You are still appreciated, my friend. Take it. Take care. Take care. Have a good one, even though you're not here. Ninja, I already said. Colvin. Oh my God, there's a lot of the same people in the beginning. We got Daniel O'Day, M. Gormley. I'm just going to remember people. I said Daniel O'Day. Amy France. David France is probably out there somewhere. Or we have Vero G. Patrick, the Hiking Viking. Little Power Monster, the Chimiki Perro. I think I said Colvin multiple times, but if not, Shane Barron. Adam Espinosa. I think I got most. My brother Ray, my friend Neil. I think Ray and Neil took off for the night, but they still might be in the background and they still get a good night. If I missed you, write in the comments below. I think I got pretty much everybody that is here. Did I miss anyone? I see all the names I said. Amy Waven. I think that's it, everybody. And honestly, where is my cup? I don't know where my cup is. I don't know where my... Well, I don't have my Is It Friday Yet cup. I don't know what happened to it. I think I washed it and never brought it back. Either way, thank you all for showing up. We hit the 51 likes. We succeeded yet again. I feel like we've been consistently doing that, so much appreciated. I'm going to jump into Patreon. Is it Friday yet?